love my Amex Platinum card. I've had the card for just about 2 years now, and I couldn't be happier. But even more than the feeling of prestige that one may or may not get from having that shiny hunk of metal in their wallet, you do have the potential to get some pretty serious savings. And truthfully, I can't think of a better time to take advantage of this. The benefits are pretty hard to compete with. Now, before I go any further, I want to make very clear Amex, or American Express, is not sponsoring this video. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not being paid by them in any way. This is generally my opinion on the Amex Platinum card that I love. And this video will go into detail about how I actually use it. Budgeting is more important now than it ever was. With the looming recession and extra high inflation, I need to pay extra close attention to exactly what I'm spending my money on. And I can actually make that task easier by pre-planning exactly what services I'll be using for the entire year. I'll also be saving a lot more money overall when I take full advantage of the retail and entertainment credits that American Express offers users of their Platinum card. Some of my favorites are the $155 Walmart Plus credit. This credit covers the full cost of a Walmart Plus membership each month during the year. Honestly, this next one is probably my most favorite credit of all, and that's the $240 digital entertainment credit. Kind of sounds boring at first, but then you learn this credit gives you $20 back each month, and it can be used for subscriptions to Audible, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, the Disney Bundle, Peacock, SiriusXM Radio, and the New York Times. I personally like to mix and match my apps for this credit. I use Peacock and the Disney Bundle. It covers $20 of it. It does cost a little bit more, but I still get that $20, so it's kind of subsidized. Whatever the case, whichever service you prefer, you get to pick and choose. And I think that's an enormous value because I know that each streaming service, because everyone has to have their own nowadays. 10 years ago, it was only Netflix and nothing else. But now everyone has to have their own, and they charge anywhere from $7.99 to $9.99 to $14.99. So this really helps for budgeting and saving money. Another favorite is the $200 Uber Cash. This credit gives you $15 each month to go towards Uber and or Uber Eats. You'll also get an additional $5 in December, giving you a total of $20 in credits for that month. So if you're looking to cut back on how much you're spending going out to eat, maybe you order in and you order some Uber Eats with that credit that you get. And another one of my top favorites is the $100 Saks Fifth Avenue credit. This credit lets you treat yourself a little by giving you a $50 credit twice per year to go towards a purchase at Saks Fifth Avenue. Saks Fifth Avenue is not some place that most people shop at, but it is nice to treat yourself. And when you're adhering to a strict budget, it's very necessary to do that at least once, maybe twice a year. And that's what I do. I've used my $50 credit to go towards nice clothes for my kids. I've used it to go towards skincare. So Saks Fifth Avenue may not have a lot of things in your budget, but they definitely do have some things that you can spend, or you can use that $50 to go towards something that's maybe a little bit more expensive, and you can treat yourself once or twice a year. I maintain that planning that splurge out once or twice a year is far better than just constantly every paycheck going and buying something nice. Like, you have something to plan and look forward to, so that's pretty cool. And speaking of treating yourself, one of the best ways to do that is by investing in your own education. And that's why I've challenged myself to read at least one book a month to share with you on my blog and right here on YouTube. This month's book was called The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. It's been in the top 20 charts on Amazon.com for about 11 months now, and it's sold over 2 million copies. And I talk about some of the most important points that I think are in this book and why you may want to read it too. So if you're interested in finding out more about this book, or if you'd like to get a copy for yourself, then go ahead and click the link in the description below. All of these credits that I've mentioned so far actually total $695. That's the equivalent of the entire annual fee for the Platinum card. It used to be $550 when I first joined, and then they raised the price to $695. But when you start doing the math, and even before you apply for the card, and you start doing the math about how much it'll save you, you either break even or you save money. You just have to make sure that you use the credits and the points, which I'll get to in a little bit, in the right way. But I also forgot to mention that those are not the only credits that you can get. There are other credits as well. I just haven't gone through them. There are many more benefits, including a $200 hotel credit and a $200 airline credit fee. So if you like to travel, those will really help you out. For more information and the full list of benefits and credits, you need to visit americanexpress.com, and I'll put the link in the description below. Okay, I don't think this is really a trick necessarily, but not enough people do it, that's for sure. So why don't you go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. It really helps with the algorithm so I can keep growing and sharing my videos with more people like you. And my savings trick, that's not really a trick either. Credits certainly are helpful, but I also need to save money while I'm shopping. And that's when my little savings trick actually comes into play. Although I still maintain that that's not really a trick either. I use my Amex points. With the Amex Platinum card, users earn points for every purchase that they make. Users get 5 times points on flights booked directly with the airlines or through the American Express travel website, 5 times points on prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com, and 1 times points on all other purchases, which I'll be honest, all other purchases is the bulk of my purchases, but I do try to travel a little bit at least once a year. Every time I need to buy something, I don't reach for a debit card. Actually, reaching for a debit card is one of the worst things you can do, and you're putting your money at risk. The most safe and secure method of payment is always going to be a credit card, or in this case, a charge card, because there are actual laws protecting you from fraudulent charges. So not only that, I make sure to always use my Amex card because every purchase I make, I get points. And it is true that some places or vendors do not accept American Express. This is because American Express charges a much higher transaction fee that other card processors do not. And in those cases, when a vendor doesn't accept the Amex, I do have a Visa to back me up that I also can earn points on. But realistically, that's not a very big issue for me. I think I have one bill that does not accept Amex, and so I just throw that on my Visa. So all the points I earn from my purchases, I can then use those points to directly pay down charges I've made on my card, or I can redeem them for gift cards. Though I personally exclusively choose gift cards every single time. Since the Amex Platinum card is a charge card, not a credit card, I don't carry a balance. That means, and I kind of hinted at this earlier, that means that I use my charge card, the Platinum card, kind of like a debit card. When I make a charge, I pay it off as soon as possible, and I use the cash that I'd already budgeted for. This fact by itself kind of renders the ability to credit my points to charges on my card a little useless. But not only that, if you were to redeem your points that way, they are actually valued at a lower amount than they would have had you redeemed them for a store gift card. Even the Amex gift cards, they're kind of like the Visa gift cards you can get at the grocery store, but they're branded American Express. Even those cards that they offer are more expensive in that sense compared to their partner store cards. And in my case in particular though, time after time, I find that the card that offers the best redeemable value is the Walmart gift card. So if you shop at Walmart a lot, and in my area, that's the closest store that has groceries. So I'm like, hey, okay, that's the one that gives you the most bang for your buck. Meaning that's the one that gives you the most dollar value per point. Though at the time of me shooting this video, Walmart's not the only option. They do have other options like Target if that's a store that you prefer more. I am not sure what the dollar value is for Target though. It could be more or it could be less. You'll want to figure out those calculations for yourself. So that's what I do. I charge all of my expenditures and bills. Yeah, my bills, my power, electricity, gas, water. I charge my bills, a phone. Those go on my Platinum card, and I use the cash that I've budgeted to pay those bills to pay off the card almost immediately. Then I spend those points that I get from those purchases on groceries. Now, that may sound really boring to you, but my grocery bill has increased by at least $60 year over year, courtesy of all that record high inflation. Seriously though, my bill this week would have been just under $100 last year, but when I checked out, it ended up coming to $157. Because of the strategic way that I use my Amex Platinum card, I was able to redeem my points for a $100 gift card. So I took my total and I brought it down to $57. That's all I had to pay for cash. It was kind of like being paid $100 for doing what I'm already doing, paying my bills. Moreover, those savings add up and I can use that money somewhere else. Maybe in a Roth IRA, a 529 plan, an index fund, or even a high yield savings account. Those are just some examples, but I'm curious, how would you use that money that you saved? What would you do with it? Let me know in the comments below. But whatever you do, I want you to know that I know, and I'm sure everyone else does, it's hard out there right now. The economy is struggling right now, and everyone is feeling it. That's for sure. But I do still love my Amex Platinum card. It was and still is an absolutely amazing tool that I can use to better my personal finances. The key is I always have to plan and prepare. Now, I hope that even if you don't decide to go with the Amex Platinum card, there are other cards out there that offer points that you can redeem for gift cards. So really do your research. Make sure you find the card that's the right fit for you and use it in a strategic way to help better your finances. I hope that if you haven't already, you'll smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. I always look forward to sharing my videos with you, and I will see you next time.